don't know how I get some stains on my keys. Guys, I have a hat on because this is what's underneath. No, I don't feel self-conscious about my hair. Um, I'm gonna see if we got any more people that come into this chat really, really, really quick. I had some things to do today, and I got a little bit of rest instead because you guys know that I am up early in the morning. I'm gonna try to do one of these lives at nighttime. We got to move up to the. Okay, let me look for some similarities. Thank you guys. If you've tuned in, like, subscribe, share, let me know you're there. As the topic implies, music. Can somebody define exactly what music is? Especially if you are in the beginner phases of learning how to play this thing called the piano. Nice chord progression there. Somebody leave it. Somebody leave what they're defining music as if you're learning this instrument called the piano. And I'll tell you, I'm trying to look for something real quick. I'll tell you exactly how I look at music. I'll tell you exactly how I look at music. And if you actually start to look at music this way, it's going to change how you practice music. I like that. Who you got in the house? We got Safe. How you doing? How you doing? As the title implies, can you define music for me? Can you define music for me? I don't know if you play an instrument or if you have any knowledge of music, but let me also know where you're from or what part of the region of the world are you from. Um, let's run that part again. I like that. I like that. Okay. How I like to define music, especially when I'm going through my piano practice. I'm probably gonna do this live for probably about another 26 minutes before I gotta head out. But when I'm doing these practices, Sorry, I'm late. I'm late. Hey, Keon, how you doing out there, man? How you doing? We got Keon in the house. We got Kia in the house. Um, as the topic implies, I'm asking people what if they can define music. In the description, I was saying something about once they look at music from this perspective, it's gonna change how you play music. It's going to change how you play music. It's also going to change what happens when you actually sit down here and you. It's going to change your perspective on 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 how you play. It's going to change how you look at music. How you look at music. And I gave a short today, and I said music. I mean, for us that like to sit down and play, we're not talking about, we're not talking about music from the people that like to sit down and listen to music. Let's talk about what that music is towards us. And you're going to hear this thing called, you're going to hear phrases. You're going to hear phrases. What I'm doing right now is I'm going over this thing called a repertoire. Words such as repetition. You're going to hear this other thing, other words called memory. Memory, repetition, repertoire. When you think about music this way, you're going to come to find out that music, when you sit down and learn music, you're going to hear how people say if they don't practice a while, I got to go ahead and practice my chops. I got to go ahead and practice my timing. If they don't sit down and do their repertoire, what they're going to say is, yo, man, I'm slacking. So in short, music is a muscle to us. Music is a muscle to us. It's something that we've got to pay extreme detail to. There's also roadmaps. There's also roadmaps when it comes to playing the music. If I don't sit down and play a certain song, if it's not at the top of my somebody give me a word for this. My frontal lobe, my frontal cortex. If it's not in the medulla, if it's not in the hippocampus, I forget it. I forget it. So it's kind of like music. The reason why we sit down here and to our family, it may sound like we're doing insanity, but music is actually a muscle to us. Music is a muscle to us. It is something that we've got to work out. You guys see me drinking this C4 right now. I'm supposed to go to the gym. Today, I didn't want to go to the gym yesterday. And mind you, I went in there. I did a couple a couple supersets, and I was like, I'm tired today. It was cold outside. It was rainy. But if I don't get in there, all of a sudden, there's going to come a point where I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Don't feel like going. Rather sit at home and do nothing or eat some cake. It ain't nothing wrong with doing that. So music is a muscle. If we go through our songs, and you guys, yesterday I went through a song, and mind you, I butchered that song like I was sitting there. I butchered that song because I was unfamiliar with the song. It was where was it at? It was It's called the theme song to ET. I beat that song up. I beat it up like I was trying to tenderize some chopped steak. But I learned. I learned from that. I learned that hey, this is what I need to work on. Number one, I need to exactly pay attention to the the key signature. It said play the song fast. I'm sitting there trying to play it like a love song. That's rocking my world like crazy if you're born from my generation. So guys, keep this in mind. Music is a muscle. Music is a muscle. If you're trying to learn how to if you're trying to learn how to play it, it's a muscle. You've got to go into every single practice with a goal in mind. Even when I was playing Give Me This at 104. Now I've played this song a dozen of times. You guys have heard me play it. But if I wanted to work the song out, give me a higher tempo. Let me see. Just working out a muscle. And I might want to take that at a faster tempo. But keep this in mind, guys. Every time we sit down and play, am I sitting down and I'm playing for enjoyment? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'd rather think about songs to make up in my head for enjoyment. But music is a muscle. Every time we sit down and we do our chops, those are muscles. Those are muscles, and if we don't frequently do that, you got your hand in. If we don't do those things, guess what? Our body stops doing them. Our body stops figuring out how to do that muscle response. True, you're gonna have some of the things that we love to do. Memory right there. Memory right there, especially for music that's not written. Especially for music that's not written. So with all this muscle building, if you look at us as a somebody out there, I don't know if you guys are in the cars, but they have this thing as a VA engine, and there's so many things that's happening at one time. As soon as you turn the key, you have that spark, you have the pistons moving back and forth. You got to look at your body or your brain or the way you look at music kind of like that engine. You want to be firing on all four cylinders. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Sometimes you got to play the songs that you like to play. And keep this in mind, just like it's a muscle. You got to make sure you hit that keys right. So it's something that we've got to work out constantly. It's something that we've got to be consistent with, and it's something that we should actually enjoy doing. Now, are we going to enjoy to do it all the time? Sometimes my head's got to be in a different space or a different mindset. It honestly does. Sometimes it does. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, I ain't got nothing to play. I don't have. It may be I don't have anything to play. And you guys have seen me do another video about challenging yourselves. So when you want to challenge yourself, take the song simply as I Love You, Lord. Say we're in the key of F. we're on the one. So say if you want to get used to saying, hey, I'm tired of pressing the transpose button, then you guys are gonna hear me say again, hey, look down at what you're doing. You're in the key of F, you're starting on the 5. So say if we come in the key of, you know, so you guys challenge yourselves in other ways also. Go ahead and do a different workout. Say if you want to say, okay, well, I want to learn how to play on all keys. Taking into start off with simple stuff first, and at the same time, like you'll hear me say, look down at your hands. Figure out what your hands are doing. Once you realize that music is a muscle that you've got to work, and then while you're working this muscle, you got the muscles of your fingers working, you got the muscles of your eyes working, you got the muscles of your tempo. If you want to play a using another muscle to keep timing up. So there's a lot of things that come in with playing music, with practicing music. If you look at music as a muscle, you're going to understand the reason why we do the things we do. You're going to actually understand, hey, this is the reason why I gotta sit down. If people think I'm playing the same song over and over again, I'm working out. And every time I get out that workout, I'm getting stronger. I'm getting bigger. If there's a song thing from E.T., the extraterrestrial, that I felt like I should have been playing that at the fast pace, yet I'm playing it like a love song. Hey, let me go over that again. And you're not even going over that piece to learn the piece. You're going over that piece because you realize that there's something that you need to make stronger. Guys, if you come in, man, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification. I'm glad to see everybody. If you look at music like that, whether you're playing, the guitars in the background, whether you're simply playing drums, a lot of you guys got to realize that us, and I'm not even calling myself a musician, we breathe this. We live, we breathe it. This is what we do. See? So, just like a muscle. And keep this in mind when it comes to other guys out there. I know you guys are, if you're like me, you're watching the Brian Michael Coxes on TikTok. And those guys have literally, Kirk Franklin's, those guys literally have been playing for years. For years. Me, like I said, I just started enjoying music just as of 2019, really taking it seriously. And with the advent of COVID, I really didn't fall off, but other things came into play. I want you to highlight your wins, highlight your strengths. Let me know. I mean, if you guys are practicing anything new, I still stay trying to practice something new because, again, my goal, and I got the Akai, and I can go into the beat making lane. I can live there. I can live with making beats and making songs, putting melodies together. It's something I really enjoy doing. However, it's not time for me to do that. Who we got in here? Muckman, hello, I'm a believer. Hey man, cool. Yeah, I can do the Akai, I can do this and do that, but that's not where I want to live at right now. That's not the muscle that I want to build up. So within me building a certain muscle up, you guys are gonna see my struggles. You guys are gonna sit there and be like, "Ooh, he his timing is off. He's this, he's that." Because I want you to. I want you guys to find out. I got this sticky stuff on my keys. I don't know where it came from. I don't have keys here. It's probably from opening this up. Um, but it's time for me to build that muscle up. It's not even really time for me to play by ear. My main goal right here, the muscle I want to build up is I want to build up sight to paper to fingers, sight to paper to fingers. And when you build that muscle up, and keep this in mind, when you build that muscle up and you have the ability to ear hustle, I like calling it ear hustle because we can be like, yeah, dig that. And you start playing it and creating your own song off that. I'm good on that lane. I'm good. I'm not trying to build that muscle up. I'm not trying to kill it either. So every now and then, you guys are going to hear me take a piece and sit down and listen to it and be like, all right, cool. This is what it's doing. I don't want to kill off another certain part of me, but I want to open up. I want to open up my eyesight. I want to learn how to read. I want to learn how to do, let me cancel this call real quick. I want to learn how to do all of those things. I want to learn to make that muscle stronger because in the end, if I make that muscle stronger, all of this other stuff around me, you got your Juno sense, I got a mood covered up. It's going to allow me to live in that lane of creativity. They got a song, Can't Nobody Take My Pride, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. I'm trying to get to that lane. I'm trying to get to that lane, but it literally takes me sitting down and understanding that music is a muscle. Music is a muscle. The muscle that I need to activate and be on point with right now is my eyesight. I need to know what I need to work out. I need to go do some musical push-ups, if you will. I need to do some musical push-ups. Keep that in mind. If you go into it, keeping that in mind, I guarantee you it's gonna change how you practice. Matter of fact, you guys are eventually, if you're not already doing so, you guys are just gonna start pouring into books, building your repertoire up, and all of a sudden, I mean, you're gonna unlock something within you that's gonna be very, very, very creative. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. If it was not so, I wouldn't have told you. So keep that in mind every time you guys sit down and practice. I'm gonna try to keep this going at least until like the 29-minute mark. I'm also going to host some of these at nighttime if I get that chance. I got the wife at home, and I like to spend time with her at night. Don't not like that, guys. Not like that. You know what I mean? Watching some TV. Yeah, okay, we going completely left field. But that's when she's awake. Now she's asleep, well, blah 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 blah. And that's the reason why you guys catch me here now. But remember, music is a muscle. If there's a song where you feel like you need to build up, yeah, and it's gonna sound like insanity for a minute. And that all just comes from activating that muscle. Light on your feet. That all comes from sitting down and just working that muscle. That muscle is going to be one of those things where you're going to need to get into a room, shut the door, get your workout on. As far as how often you should be doing it, that's a good question. That's a good question. If you guys have any recommendations on how long you should practice, and keep this in mind, there's a difference between practicing and playing music. A lot of times you guys are gonna see me practicing music. You know, you guys are going to see me in different levels, different lanes, a creativity lane, a practice lane. A lot of times I'm just practicing. When I go to a guitar center and I start shedding, a lot of times I'm playing. You know, a crowd start drawing around. I literally get into the zone. And what you guys hear coming out is you guys hear everything. You guys hear everything that I've been practicing on my free time. You know, it's my time to shine in. So I'm just going in, and when I hit a center up, I'm working out, and I'm not even there yet. I'm not even there yet. So keep this in mind, guys. Music is a remember, remember. So every time you sit down, even if you're running the same drill again, find out, okay, well, when I was going from, you know, say if I got a problem with that one, so I might want to do a whole bunch of repetitions of that. Let's try that again. You know, and that's an example right there of a workout right there. So if I want to start over again, let's see if we can get a tempo. Lower it again, adding more to your workout. Let me see. Let's see if we got it. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. That's an example of a workout. Okay, well, I didn't like that. I didn't like the way I slid into this particular part of the song. Let me hit that up again. And I like to shout out different people out there. 80, his name isn't 88 Keys. What's his name? I forgot what his name is, but he said that if you can't play it perfectly every single time, you haven't played that song enough. Thank you, Keon. Thank you. He's gonna say that you haven't played that song enough. And keep this in mind. There gonna be times where I forget. Man, what happened? And forgetting is good and forgetting is bad. Two things. Number one, the reason why the reason why I may forget certain things is because I'm adding so much new information in. That's a good thing. I'm adding so much new information in, which means that the old information, I'm adding new information in, and also with that adding new information in, I'm doing something with the old information. So I'm trying to live in a whole bunch of different lanes sometimes. But keep this in mind, guys. I'm gonna hopefully go do something at the gym a little bit. I'm gonna go get my old behind in the gym at 48 and still try to keep that going. And music is a music is a muscle. I'm gonna start also before I let you guys go. I'm also gonna start exploring other artists and what made them great. Like I saw Shock G. He was playing that Tupac. He wasn't playing it the original way. He was doing this really young, and I think, and I know I kind of went off topic here, but I think it's important to notate that he was a very great player, great pianist, and if I could dive more into what made him that way and his origins, that'd be great. But guys, remember this: music is a muscle. I'm gonna let you guys go. Um, in the comment section, if you guys are watching this at a later time, if there's another time where you'd like me to host, um, let me know. Let me know. I'm trying to get some of you guys also on audio, talk with you. I'm looking at a certain person that I consider did it the best when he did his channel, and I'm gonna shout his name out, Kevin Samuels. I said he at that time he had the sauce, and then Dante Kyle, from the Grits and Egg morning show. They also had that sauce to make it work. I want to get some of you guys online. I want to talk to you about just life is in general. Welcome to Jay Studios. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about why we do the things we do, why we play. Keep this in mind, and peace, guys. I'll talk to you later.